Good evening, guys, and happy Tuesday to all of your sunshiny faces. So guys, I ended up waking up late today again. Not as late as yesterday, but I went to bed sort of late, so like understandable. Sunday night, Sunday night, I can't understand why I went to bed super early, woke up super late. Last night, I understand. I went to bed sort of late. I woke up late. But yeah, I got way too much sleep, I feel like, on Sunday night. And then last night, like, I got probably a decent amount of sleep just because of going to bed late. But I'm going to bed early tonight, and I'm going to, like I said, get in the shower right now. It's weird, like I said yesterday, on days when I actually wake up late, I get like everything done on my planner that I want to get done. I ended up, I uploaded 4 vlogs today because I edited 4 yesterday. I edited 2. I also got to dishes and to laundry today, and I did my German lesson also like real early in the day too, because I don't like waiting. Like, I like to get things done earlier in the day so that, again, if I have more stuff to do, I can always do it, and I don't have to worry about like, oh, I have to like remember to finish that or whatever, like, you know, push it off until the end of the day. So like I said, I'm really happy that I got all that stuff done. Again, like on days when I wake up late, for some reason I get more stuff done on days when I wake up early. So I'm hoping that, again, like, I woke up actually like earlier today, and then I ended up falling back asleep. So, but I think that was just because I was tired. So like I said, I'm hoping that I will wake up early today. But I think it was good. I told you guys too, like in yesterday's vlog, I was like, I set my alarm for like a different time, so a little bit later, because I'm hoping that like it'll give me maybe that like extra like half hour to an hour of sleep, so that I can you know, like, I'm not like wanting to fall back asleep because I feel like I didn't get enough sleep. When I wake up from my alarm, I can get up because I'm like, oh yeah, like I'm you know, well rested, instead of being like, oh, you know, I didn't feel like I got enough sleep, so I fall back asleep then. So yeah, guys, but today I am, weirdly enough, it is what, the 3rd of November, and I am like in this weird sort of Christmas mood already. Just totally not me, and totally not like our family either. Like, we are not the type of people that like, oh, well, Halloween's over, we get our Christmas pajamas out and start watching Christmas movies and put on Christmas carols and, you know, decorate for Christmas, all that kind of stuff. Like, we're not those type of people. We wait until after Thanksgiving, and like, because especially too because of where my birthday falls. My birthday's normally like right before Thanksgiving. It'll always fall like, sometimes it's the day before Thanksgiving, sometimes it'll fall like the weekend before. Like, my birthday's on Sunday this year, the Sunday before Thanksgiving. So you know, like I said, like normally, and my mom always loves Thanksgiving. She thought it was really cool that I was born so close to Thanksgiving. I don't know what day I was born on, if I was born on like the Wednesday before Thanksgiving or what, but my mom was like, I was in the hospital with you, I remember watching like the Thanksgiving Day parade, so I'm thinking that it was probably like that Wednesday maybe. I don't know the actual day that I was born on. I know what my birthday is, but I don't know what the day of the week that I was born on. Is that a normal thing? Do a lot of people know what day they were actually like born on? I know I could like obviously go back and figure that out. It's not like something that occurred to me like, oh, I should know what day I was born on. Like, I just know what day, like, you know, like the day of the month I was born on, not like the day of the week that I was born on. I don't know, it's not important to me. But like I said, I just remember my mom saying that, so I'm thinking it had to have been a day or 2 or 3, you know, no more than that, probably before Thanksgiving, because I wasn't in the hospital very long. So you know, I honestly think that it was probably would have been Wednesday, because I thought she was like, oh, like we were only there for like a day or 2, whatever, you know, and then came home or something like that. So anyways, I forgot where I was totally going with this. Oh, but like, because of Thanksgiving, like my mom has always like really loved it. Like, she loves fall, like she loves decorating for Thanksgiving and decorating for fall. So like, for her, like, she doesn't like to speed it up and like to get to Christmas or anything like that. And then too, like, we decorate for Christmas, and then normally like right after Thanksgiving, and normally we do it like the weekend after Thanksgiving, and then we will wind up having, you know, like the decorations will be up until like after, you know, like the new year. So, you know, it'll go until like January. So I feel like we have Christmas decorations up for plenty long enough time, and it's not like we don't need them up for any longer than that. And I think I mentioned this too in the past. I feel like and I'm not gonna say all the time, but I feel like some of the time, a lot of people that wind up like decorating early for holidays tend to be in like warmer climates, at least it seems like, where like it's not like a drastic change. Like you don't get snow and stuff like that. Like for us here, it feels like fall outside. It doesn't feel like winter, like Christmas. It's not cold enough to feel like that. So at least like for me too, like I can't like justify like really having like fake snow stuff around the house when there wouldn't be snow outside. You know, if that makes sense. So like that's why, and I feel like, again, especially like in our neighborhood that like I've grown up in and stuff like that, it sort of feels like the same thing as well. Like a lot of people don't really put decorations out like a crazy amount before Thanksgiving, like maybe the week before Thanksgiving or something like that, you know, like the outside decorations maybe and stuff like that. Like I'll see people like decorating, like putting lights out and things like that, but again, I feel like it's not like a thing, you know, in areas where you experience like all 4 seasons still, you know, and you get snow and stuff like that, because again, like right now outside it feels like fall. Like I went outside this morning, I was like, oh, this is like football weather. Like there's definitely a distinction between football weather and fall and winter, cold, snowy weather, which is what I feel like Christmas is. And sometimes that's why it does stink when we don't wind up getting like snow like earlier, or like snow near Christmas, because then it doesn't really feel like that to me. Like if I don't have snow on Christmas, then, you know, like, or like again, it didn't snow at all like in December or anything like that, then to me that doesn't really, you know, I feel like I'm missing something a lot of times. But so I'm not gonna say that's for everybody, but I feel like a lot of times where you don't like experience those like seasonal changes, then it's sort of like the same. Like, you know, it's just like, oh, it's after Halloween, now we can put Christmas decorations up. Like it doesn't feel like that here, so like we at least don't do that. But because I don't know why, I just have sort of felt weirdly enough like in the Christmas mood. And I was telling my dad this too a couple weeks ago, I felt sort of in the Christmas mood, and I was like, that's weird, like it's not even like Halloween yet. And it was just barely starting to get cool, because I told you guys too how like over half of the football season this year for Jack in high school was warm weather. We had like hot almost weather. Like I was in t-shirts like still at the football games, which is like unheard of almost. And like games even too where it was like cool out, like it didn't feel cold up until like those last like 2 or 3 games where it was definitely cold, but again, it wasn't like that bad. So yeah, but like I feel like now it's starting to feel like that. But I think because we've been cleaning out the attic, and I always weirdly enough associate the attic with like our Christmas decorations and cleaning up, you know, like getting boxes down and going through things like near the holidays, because we bring all of our decorations down, you know, and we're going through it. We're putting away the fall stuff and we're getting out like the Christmas stuff. And so I think I associate those two. So I think us cleaning the attic recently, and like I told you guys, we've been cleaning out the attic and going through everything, getting everything organized and, you know, all that kind of stuff, I think has me like feeling like in the Christmas holiday season a little bit. So me and Jack actually ended up making a Christmas movie list, because I was like, I want to, since it's not Christmas yet, at least for us here, we're not gonna put our decorations out or anything like that, but I want to get like a head start to start preparing for that. And I feel like that sometimes like I wind up like all of a sudden I'm like, oh my gosh, like the holidays are gone already, like, and they just move so fast. It's because like we don't prepare well enough, and then all of a sudden it's like a week before Christmas and we're like, we haven't even watched any Christmas movies. Like we've watched Elf and that's it. Like I remember we did that, maybe it was last year or maybe 2 years ago, we watched Elf like on December 1st or like the day after Thanksgiving, and we didn't watch any other Christmas movies until like the week or so before Christmas. And I was like, this is so weird, like, you know. So it was like I don't want to miss any of that stuff. I don't want to, like, I want to make cookies early too, like Christmas cookies, like make them early, like start them early, you know. Like I remember one year I think, I don't know if I did it or my mom did it or like something, but we did like the 12 days of like Christmas cookies or something like that, where like you make a different cookie every day. Or maybe it was like a cookie exchange we did with somebody too, where it was like they'd make like 2 different types of cookies or like a different type of cookie on like one day or whatever, and we sort of like exchanged cookies. But it was like, but I remember like doing a lot of baking, and like I know I tried to do that one year too, like from like the beginning of December or whatever onward, and like then I didn't do it like every single day, but I try and like do like them like enough, like have a couple like different dessert sort of things planned, like a different type of cookie, because the thing that stinks is we will wind up like, again, we make our cookies maybe about a week or so before Christmas, and like we, you know, and we might make them like in a couple of days, you know, so it's like the weekend before Christmas or whatever. But we always wind up with way too many cookies, and then nobody eats them all before they go bad. So like if we space them out better, I feel like that'd be a lot easier. Like, oh, we'll make like 3 different varieties like the first week, and then make a couple different varieties the next week, and you know, like whatever, and again like space them out a little bit more. But when we have, again, we made like so many different varieties of cookies last year, and it was all right before Christmas, and like I said, like they wind up going bad. We don't, you know, and I like halved a lot of the recipes too, because I was like, we're not gonna finish making, you know, we're not gonna eat all these cookies. And you know, we still ended up like, well, we normally do that too, we'll make like extra cookies and we'll give like plates to our neighbors and friends and stuff like that, but we still had way too many cookies, I felt like, left over, and like cookies that by at that point were like stale, and so we're like, we can't even eat these. So you know, if we can like use them up, like, and again make different varieties earlier on, then I feel like that's, like I said, a little bit more worth it. But I love to do homemade like from scratch cookies like we did last year, but again, it takes up a lot of time, and it's, you know, like I said, just a little bit more difficult doing it that way, and also to having so many leftovers. So like I said, I want to start planning this earlier and not waiting until later to do it, so that like end of like Thanksgiving, the weekend after Thanksgiving, we can get going with Christmas cookies and Christmas movies and all that kind of stuff. And I just feel like that gives us a little bit more time to have it like prepared for Christmas, sort of, because like I said, it's not like I feel like, oh, like, you know, between Thanksgiving and like Christmas isn't enough time, but I just feel like it's like, I just don't know, all of a sudden I'm like, oh, it's like the weekend before Christmas and I haven't even like done Christmas shopping, I haven't made cookies, I haven't like, I don't know why, like, and my intention is always like right after Halloween, I'm always thinking about that. I'm like, oh, I should like do this, I should do that, but then I never actually start it until like after Thanksgiving, like a week before Christmas. So I'm gonna do that this year, guys. I already have the list done, and on top of that too, I have a list of like not just Christmas movies, but also like episodes of like my favorite shows, like Christmas episodes, The Office, and we put SpongeBob down because we love watching SpongeBob. And like, I don't know why, it's like one of those things though too, it's like because it was always on when I was like, you know, like little and stuff like that, like I associate that with like almost being a Christmas movie, so like I have to watch that. You know, Friends, the Christmas episodes and stuff like that, like episodes of those series that like I might not even be able to catch on actual like TV or anything like that, and or it'll be like the day before like Christmas, like on Christmas Eve, or like again a day or two before Christmas, and like I don't get to see all of the episodes of like my favorite shows that like airing their like, you know, holiday episodes and stuff. And so I feel like I really miss out a lot of times being able to like see those. Family Guy, that's another one that we watch like every single year, but like I said, it's just one of those things that like I forget too, again, like until like last minute, and I'll be like, we didn't watch that, or like, oh, you know, and then you're like, I can't watch it after Christmas, like that just feels weird now, like that's after the Christmas mood. And so, you know, then I'm like, I have to remember to do that next year, and then obviously it's a whole year later, I'll totally forget until again it rolls around again. And so now I'm preparing myself ahead of time. So anyways, guys, I will see you all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye, guys.